Hey guys, so we finally have the reveal of Legends reveals and stuff, which showed us a bunch of Universe 11 characters as well as UI Omen Goku. So they not only showed us the character previews, they also showed us some information on their kits and what they can do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go through, and we're sort of going to like scan through this video like this, and we're going to just break down everything that we know is coming for this sort of like Legends Festival celebration coming to the game, which actually should be dropping tonight after reset. Because if you know, in the news of the game, they did say that they had a maintenance scheduled, and that will end, at least for the summons, that will end at 2 a.m. Eastern time. So I would expect all the stuff to drop tonight. I will be doing a breakdown video, we'll be doing a stream, all that stuff will be happening as usual on my channel tonight. By the way, it is Thanksgiving today, so for people who are celebrating Thanksgiving, I wish you guys all a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. So here we go, let's go ahead and get started. Super thanks, yeah, this is pretty appropriate for today. So we're getting a ticket banner that's dropping. They said that you are able to get a bunch of these tickets through missions and just a bunch of stuff that you're able to just get for free, so that's cool. And then they did, so they were bringing back this banner from last year. If you guys remember, during their massive update celebration last year, they did have a ticket banner where you could obtain, what was it? It was 1 ticket per 1,000 crystals spent throughout the course of the entire year. So yeah, we'll be able to get tickets from there. I will probably be getting some absurd, ridiculous amount of tickets, so I'm prepared for that. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Next, let's keep going here. 40 million users. Okay, so I guess technically the celebration is called the 40 million users Legends Festival login bonus. I guess, fine. Or I guess the 40 million users celebration. So yeah, we're gonna get a bunch more stuff, just free stuff, which is nice. That's cool. Then there's also adventures. Gonna be collecting some balloons, some popcorn, which is nice because right now there actually are no adventures up to actually do. That's gonna be good. Then we also have Legends Festival missions. Again, just a bunch of free stuff. The first part of this was basically just a lot of free stuff. So can't really complain about that. Then we also have like the social media campaigns, like a T-shirt thing going on, like a retweet thing. A lot of the second year anniversary stuff is pretty much happening again, where we have like the 10,000 posts in an hour thing going on. Okay, here we get to the new characters. So yeah, we sort of go through this. So first off is Toppo, and then they show like a little thing, a teaser of how Toppo actually looks in the game. So this is, I like how they did this. It's actually a pretty well done trailer for these units. They have Dispo as well, while I also am preparing a bunch of other stuff on the side here because the Twitter is tweeting out a bunch of stuff. So I want to make sure I am giving you guys everything that we have. And there's Jiren. We knew these guys were coming, but the question is, was Toppo and Dispo coming with this banner, or are they going to be a separate banner? Now we know they're going to be on this banner in the celebration alongside Jiren and UI Goku. So there's Jiren, and then they actually go into some detail about what these characters are able to do. And what's interesting about this is the JP. Let me see if I can actually pull up this in order. The JP stream, so the Japanese stream, also has the info here, but the GP one has way more info than the English one does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through both of these, and then I'm going to basically be able to, I guess, comprise or put together the full picture of what we have here. So here we go. Toppo is a blue character. His tags are Rival Universe and Universe 11. Z abilities, Z ability is Strike and Blast Defense of tag Rival Universe or Blue, so he's buffing a color, which is interesting. His main ability boosts ally health and damage inflicted. Ultimate skill inflicts all enemies with an attribute downgrade on hit. Boosts damage inflicted when faced with an enemy. So, I mean, just looking at the stuff that they're telling us here, it looks pretty basic. Let's go take a look at what the JP one is talking about. So his main ability boosts, or it restores ally health and increases their damage dealt. Oh wow, it also shortens the sub count of tag Rival Universe or Blue, and it restores his own key. So yeah, like this is what I'm talking about. Why do they give the Japanese way more info? I don't understand. But there is more info here. So his ultimate arts card, it inflicts all enemies with no switching on when he uses it. So yeah, wow, okay, that would have been good to know. When he uses his ultimate, he inflicts all enemies with no switching. So I guess you lock in the enemy when you use your ultimate, similar to how I guess it's blue Gogeta's blue card works when you've used the green card. And then he inflicts a debuff to all enemies of increased strike damage received. It doesn't say if it's an AoE, but since he's inflicting this downgrade to all enemies, it looks like it might be an AoE, but it doesn't say that. But here we go. Yeah, this one is just whenever he's faced with an enemy, he increases his strike damage, and he decreases the enemy's ki. So it's similar to the red Super Saiyan Blue Goku. He also has Endurance, which I don't know why they did not talk about here, but that's like one of the biggest things about this character. So yeah, when health reaches 0, you one-time revive to 30% health. So he has Endurance, which is a huge thing, and they just didn't tell us that in the English one. And then yeah, Z ability is Rival Universe or Blue. Strike, attack, and blast defense. So that's Toppo. Next, I think they talk about Dispo. They should talk about him next. Let's see. Yeah, Dispo. So character type Dispo is red, which is fine. His tags are Rival Universe, Universe 11. Z ability is base, strike, and blast attack. So double attack of Rival Universe and red. Okay. Actually, double buffing attacks for red is pretty good. So yeah, this is... You guys ready for this? What does this sound like to you? Draws an arts card when using a special arts or landing a strike or blast attack to 2 times. This is Vegito Blue, but like a little bit different. Shorten substitution count by 2 as default. So I guess when you switch out with him, he's instantly going to have 8 timer counts to switch back in. Special skill arts boosts arts card draw speed and damage inflicted depending on number of timer counts elapsed. So that's what we have for Dispo. I'm actually going to go ahead and close out Toppo here. So Dispo, yeah, this is talking about the 2 times he can use his... by the way, this is every time he appears in the battlefield. This does not only apply once, where he draws the card after using a strike or blast. Every time he appears, so exactly the same way that Vegito Blue works, where every time he goes back in and out, it'll reset itself. Yeah, this is talking about the sub count being reduced by 2 on average, or every time. Yeah, this is going to increase his... Wait, does it talk about that? Did we talk about that? Yeah, this is talking about the green card right here, which we already know about. With his main ability, he increases his ki. Yeah, he recovers ki, and he destroys all cards of the opponent that the opponent has. Did they mention that here? I don't think so, no. So that's new information. So, yeah, main ability restores his own ki and destroys all enemy cards. And then this is his Z ability, which talks about Rival Universe and red, both offenses. So there we have Dispo. Next we have Jiren. Let's see what they say about him. I remember specifically for Jiren, they don't talk about a lot of stuff for Jiren. So yeah, look how little they have here. And like this is all they have for Jiren, and look how much they have for Jiren on the Japanese one. It's crazy how much different info they have. Alright, so Jiren is a green unit, which is fine. Character tags are Rival Universe, Universe 11, Powerful Opponent. The first thing to note about Jiren is he is not on God Ki. There was a big discussion going on whether or not this character would be on God Ki, and he is now definitively not on the God Ki tag. Z abilities, increases base strike attack and defense of tag Rival Universe or a Powerful Opponent. So this tag is now actually becoming a viable team. I mean, we have the Metal Cooler who's giving like a massive buff to that tag. Like, now we have Jiren who's double buffing the tag as well. This is going to be a valuable team when this guy comes out, I think. He boosts damage inflicted when battle starts, special cover change against strike cards, and then he boosts arts card draw speed when using his main ability. So that's all the English information that we have for him. JP, this talks, yeah, obviously his tags. So when the battle starts, he gets... wait. Yeah, he gets an increased damage, so he gets just regular damage increase. And then he gets a 50% cover cut, or just damage reduction buff from the next combo sustained until the combo's over. So that reminds me a lot of like Red EX Gogeta, where he'll have a 70% damage reduction buff when the battle starts, but it'll only activate once. And then once you get hit once, it'll go away. That's what I'm getting from this. So it looks like Jiren's going to have that, but a 50% damage received buff, basically. Next we have, yeah, so he's a cover change against strike cards, and yeah, just a special cover change against strike cards, which knocks the enemy away at a long range, which is fine. And so when he uses his main ability, he gets increased card draw speed, which we knew. And so this was important. This does not say this in the English one. So his strike, green, blue, and ultimate all have blast armor. So strike having blast armor is a pretty big, it's a pretty important thing to mention, I would say, but they don't talk about that in the English one, so that's unfortunate. And then Z ability, yeah, is Rival Universe and Powerful Opponent, Strike Attack, and Defense. So that's about all we have about Jiren here. And then before we get into UI Goku, I just wanted to quickly go over some of the stuff we have here on the Twitter account that they've been tweeting about. Let me go back to the first thing here they talked about, because they actually didn't mention this on the English one. But again, this is also they talk about on the JP stream, but they didn't mention it on the English one for some reason. We have this Frieza getting a Zenkai. So yeah, finally we have some LOE representation in the celebration. That's what I'm talking about. So this first form Frieza from the story event's getting a Zenkai Awakening, which is very, very nice. Then we also have some popular events returning, Champion Bonus, Galactic Patrol. They also said get Multi-Z Power in our upcoming event. I assume that's Snake Way, but we'll see if that's going to be a new event or not. We'll see. Then we have new story coming out as well. And then we also have a promotional video for UI Goku. I think before we take a look at the actual kit that they have for him, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the video they have here. So we're going to go ahead and put the sound on, and let's go ahead and take a look here what they got.
Rest. Over here.
Here goes! Yeah! Here we go!
Here I come! You need to face me back, Kefla. You cannot stop me now. No use.
Here goes! Yeah!
Here I come. I'm ending.
That was blue. Blue.
All right, you guys saw it here. Looks pretty ridiculous. There's also a few things in this video we can actually try and break down. Like for instance, he actually does use a Vanish at some point in here, which is interesting. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the other things they talk about here for UI Goku first, and we'll go back to that in a second. So here's the JP one. We'll take a look at the English one first, and then we'll go back to that one, because again, there's much more info on the JP one than the English one. So yeah, there's Jiren. Then they had this like little promotional video, which is pretty nice that they had this. I think they did a pretty good job with that. And last but not least, they did have this. This is pretty much the same exact video we just looked at. Obviously, he's an LF, so who's surprised? So here we go. Ultra Instinct Sign Goku. He is purple. So I was wrong in my prediction when I said I think he would be yellow, because yellow, to this day, still only has one LF, and that's Piccolo. Now I think purple has 4. What is it? Super Vegito, Goten, this Goku. And then who's the other one? I think there is 4. But yeah. Another purple LF, thank you. So his character tags are Saiyan, Sun Family, and God Key, which is cool. Don't forget, Universe Survival Saga is also going to be part of this guy's kit. It's not a tag technically because it's a saga, but he does also have that. So here's his Z ability. Increase base blast attack and defense of episode Universe Survival Saga, tag God Key, or tag Saiyan. So he's buffing he's buffing 3 tags with double buffs. That is pretty much exactly what Vegito Blue does, where he buffs 3 tags with strike attack and defense. So it's pretty much going to be the same thing there. So yeah, he does actually buff Universe Survival Saga, which is cool because you can use him alongside like all the Universe 11 characters we just looked at on that team. Then we also have a new feature, Automatic Evasion System. Evades certain enemy attacks by depleting his unique gauge. So I'm not really 100% sure that's going to work, because obviously we haven't been able to like test him in game and stuff like that, but what I think that means is he's going to have his own gauge instead of a vanishing gauge. But then we took a look at the video we just saw on Twitter. He actually vanishes. Like he does, like, see that he does vanish normally. So I don't really know how it's going to work. He might have both. What if he has a vanishing gauge and one of these unique evasion systems, unique gauge? It's possible. I mean, this guy seems like ridiculously broken. Boosts inflicted damage and reduces damage received when battle starts. Ultimate skill inflicts super massive damage. Now, this is something I do want to quickly talk about because I don't know what that means. Up until this point, most characters in the game do this, which is massive damage. So, deals massive explode damage. You know, that's like been the typical multiplier we've seen on these ultimates from newer characters, with the one exception being Vegito Blue. Vegito Blue is the only character in the game that does supreme damage on his ultimate. So what the heck is super massive? Did they make a mistake and they meant to put supreme, or is this like a new multiplier that's even like bigger than supreme? Like, I don't know, but that is something that's going on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the actual Japanese one, see if there's any differences here. So when battle starts, he gets 60% damage inflicted. He gets 20% reduces damage received. He increases key recovery by 50%. And he reduces the cost of strike and blast arts by 5. Now that's good information to have, which again, we did not have here. He actually does an additional 25% damage to tag Fusion Warrior, which is cool. It makes sense because of his Kefla fight, right? This is literally the Goku that fought Kefla. This is not the Goku that fought Jiren, because obviously his LF, right, is from the Kefla fight, but he does have some parts of his kit that are from the Jiren fight. I think in the video they actually showed like the one, like, yeah, hold on, let me just get this and show you guys. There was like the one kick that he does versus Jiren. I don't know if they have it, but they have this part, which is really cool. Like that whole sequence is awesome. I'm trying to see if I could find that one section. I guess they don't show it here, huh? I'm trying to find that like one kick that he does. Oops. That's the wrong way. Nah, I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere. I don't remember. Maybe I just skipped it. All right. Anyway, let's go back here. So he actually also has a special cover change against both strike and blast cards that knocks the enemy away at a long range. But this is only usable twice, up to a maximum of 2 times. So I mean, that's actually, I guess, somewhat balanced, but to both strike and blast, that's pretty oppressive. So yeah, that's gonna have to be something that you're aware of when you fight against this character. And then yeah, Z ability is the same we talked about earlier. And then this is the new feature, which is they call it dodge action. So he has a unique gauge, and basically what it does is it automatically dodges certain enemy attacks. So again, there's no clarification whether that is like in addition to his Vanish Meter or if it's instead of the Vanish Meter. But again, based on the fact that we saw him literally vanish an attack in this video here, I would probably say it's in addition to his Vanish Meter. But that's like ridiculous. I don't know. It's impossible to judge how well this guy's going to do in... like, even when we get the data download tonight, it's not going to be possible to tell how good this character is. We don't know how good this feature is. We don't. It's something that's brand new to the game. And honestly, this is probably something that's going to be specific to this character. Like no other character in the series, until we get, you know, the master white-haired UI Goku, is ever going to make use of this mechanic again, because this is like a specific thing to UI Ultra Instinct, right? So that is pretty much all we have in terms of the new units and their kits and videos about showing off their abilities and stuff. But yeah, look at all this. Like he just dodges by himself. Like you don't have to do anything. Yeah, that's the green card, I imagine. But yeah, all this stuff is very, very cool. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The kick into like that thing. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so there we have it. That is pretty much all we have for this new stuff. Let me know down below if you guys are hyped. I am very hyped. Again, I'll be doing my breakdown video. I'll be doing my summon stream tonight. Probably, hopefully, going to be doing a showcase for UI Goku tonight. Hopefully I can pull him. But it's going to be a pretty wild ride here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next one.